But local leaders have pushed back against these ICE arrests at local courthouses, saying it discourages people from showing up for hearings, from reporting crimes. Does this kind of blurring of the lines between the court and ICE arrests help or hurt Republicans?
Well, I think that ultimately, when you start to blur the lines, anytime the question of due process is put in the middle here, it's not helpful. This is not the way our system was designed. This is not the way it's supposed to work in a democracy. And this chilling effect that it will have is something that every American should be concerned about. They're choosing illegal immigration because they think that the American people can all agree that if you're not here legally, then you should be sent back to where you came from. But most people agree that you're entitled to due process. That's what our Constitution says. So it's starting with what they're doing here in the courts. Now they're arresting judges. And now they're arresting mayors, like what they did in Newark, New Jersey recently.
Well, can I ask you about this? Because there is a debate also about arresting lawmakers who have been protesting at ICE detention centers. And I want to play what the minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, and the DHS secretary both said about that yesterday.
What happens if they were to go and arrest these members, or if they would try to sanction them here in the House of Representatives?
They'll find out.
What would you do? I mean,
they'll find out.
Of course. I mean, but doesn't that broach a...
They'll find out.
Doesn't that go across...
That's a red line.
What's the red line, though? I mean, I know we have the speech...
It's a red line. It's very clear.
If they break the law, are you going to cross Hakeem's red line?
I tell you what, Jesse, what happened last Friday was we had members of Congress assaulting law enforcement officers. They were cooperating with criminals to create criminal acts, and then they're saying that they were providing oversight. This wasn't oversight. This was committing felonies.
Politically, where does this go?
Okay, this is outrageous. And we need to be speaking every single day, correcting the record. That is absolutely not what happened there. Going after and threatening to arrest members of Congress, or even arresting members of Congress for exercising their oversight capacity, is a red line and unconstitutional. What we also need to find out and need to be shining a light on is the reason why they're doing this is to mask the conflicts of interest that are going on inside this administration. Pam Bondi is so conflicted here, and this is coming down from the Department of Justice. A lot of these prosecutions are decided by Main Justice. Pam Bondi represented the company, the private prison company that is running Delaney Hall, which is the place where this took place in Newark. That company was just awarded a $1 billion, 15-year contract to run that detention facility. This is out of bounds. She was their lobbyist. You're telling me that's not a conflict of interest? Every single Democrat should be pointing out the conflicts that are going through this entire administration. This is what they're actually doing. They're violating the Constitution. They're going after members of Congress and judges to give a chilling effect, which is very authoritarian in nature. Meanwhile, the conflicts of interest for people like Pam Bondi and Donald Trump and all of their billionaire oligarchs, and they are enriching themselves at the expense of the American people and our Constitution. That's another part of the story that the American people absolutely should know. And that's the truth, not what those members of Congress did. They didn't break the law. They were there to defend the rule of law. And that's what the message should be every single day.
Tara Setmayer, Lisa Rubin, thank you both. Coming up.